How do you balance the role of a politician and a wife? And I mean, I'm sure in the future you will be a mom, and there are a lot of um, roles given to a lady any which ways. But how do you balance it?
I think it's all priorities and time management, and most importantly, it's the support. So, my parents, my mom and my dad, and now my husband, and the way all of them support me, it's amazing. Because without that, honestly, no matter how evolved we are, no matter today the men and women are equal, and I'm a absolute like a strong advocate for women empowerment, but having said all of that, we women also have this added responsibility of our family, and just to make sure everything is in its place. We are not only sort of involved in our career, we need to have our house as well balanced, all of these factors. But I, of course, growing up, have seen my mother do it. And I think it's having the right communication, the right balance, and also sort of savoring the little time you have with each other is very, very important. And my husband, I mean, I've been married for 2 years, and my husband is also very supportive. I think he's very passionate about me being in politics, sometimes more than even I am. So he's very, very supportive. He's also been like like a strong backbone in every aspect. So because there are days when no schedule is fixed, we might have something scheduled for tomorrow, but I might wake up and have some emergency or some important program to run. And then he will always be like, okay, no, he does prioritize, my work many times. And only because of that, I feel I can do what I do with my utmost best.
Yeah, because that's very important, especially when you have to travel, you have to go to places, and itna time ho jata hai, and So doesn't he want to come into politics ever?
I think it's in his blood. For him, he's of course very successfully represented Mr. the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena, Balasaheb Thackeray Shiv Sena, which is led by Mr. Eknath Shinde, with all the court hearings that have happened whole of last year after the split. So he very successfully was has represented the matter at the Supreme Court, and he's done like a phenomenal job at it. And I feel whenever the time is right for him, he would venture into it. But he doesn't need, because like I said, it's for him, it's in his blood.
True. And what about your family? Like, who do you think, like, is like all the time taking the decisions, or, doing the playing the best role? Is it mommy or dad?
I think it's my mother. My mother is like this one important factor which glues everyone together. She is someone who knows everyone's pros and cons and best capacities and not. And she's someone who pushes like the other person to their absolute limit. Look, so if it wasn't for her, we all would not have been what we are today. And she's like this absolute sort of like the center of our universe. She knows at every point of time, every day, who's doing what and who's going to go for which function and all of that. And before going to bed, she always will take like a small review meeting as to what all is done. And where we've gone wrong, she'll always be like, okay, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have said this maybe you can do it in a much better way. So I think it's my mother for all of us, including my husband, for my husband. Yeah.
Very big yogdan of her in all your lives.
Absolutely, very, very big. Like honestly, even when I had come back from my masters, and I was sort of exploring work opportunities in India, and then I got an opportunity to go to Harvard, and she's like, "Nothing doing, go for it." And it took like a while to sort of speak to my dad and all of it, but then she was always in it. She always had this thing: whatever you do, whatever you decide to do, just make sure you do it in the best possible way. That's
Wow,
always her.
that's
She's like, there's no point being mediocre. Whatever it is you do, just give it all your best. And she makes sure, like, we do it
that
also.
happens. So what about the other than, see, obviously, mom has done her best, you have done your best, but there could be some challenge that you have faced in this political career पहुंचने तक. Why I'm asking you is because these other kids or the other youngsters who want to join, it will be a message for them. What do you think are the challenges they would face and they should overcome to be where you are today?
I honestly feel politics or the social life, it's a very dynamic field. It keeps evolving at a very rapid pace because the situation and scenarios were very different. Honestly, since I started out a year into it and COVID hit. So when a pandemic like COVID had hit, no one had an idea how to deal with it, and we all were sort of grappling, and we more so coming from the whole rural belt, because there were the medical facilities were not enough, and we didn't have a vaccine and all of those factors. Apart from that, so like I said, that was, I feel, a very very challenging time. Now I feel, I used to think at some point that being a woman or being a young girl who's getting into all of it, how the whole perception, but I feel Maharashtra is very evolved in that respect. They sort of do respect women leadership. They rather look at women a lot more seriously, is what I feel, which I'm amazed of, because like I said, I'm an advocate for women
Women
empowerment. Women leadership is also taken quite seriously here. They're respected, views are respected. So that, I feel, at some point was my reservation, but that again, like I said, has evolved. So whoever aspires to get into politics, the challenges at every step of the way are very different. Maybe the ones that I had, they might not face something similar because the time is going to be different.
But by studying political science or going to a good university, or understanding more about it, or working with the parties, you think it's a good opportunity for the youngsters today? It
I
brings in?
feel, of course, having a good degree does help. It gives like a basic know-how. More so, another important education is MPSC and UPSC. These competitive exams, when a lot of students prepare for those and become either collectors or IPS, IAS officers, when they know how the whole governmental structure works, and when they clear those exams, and of course then they work and practice, and then when they decide to sort of either get into a political party or start working for a political party or contest an election, that really does help quite a lot. Having said that, we also have doctors today who are surgeons, who the path changes and they have to they sort of get inclined towards politics or inclines towards contesting. We have had one of our ministers also who's been a doctor. So I think we have lawyers who've graduated, become law. I mean, they've passed out, they've practiced, and now we see them in politics. So I feel in every step of it, I think having a good education and having like a general awareness of what's going on helps.
I would say, thankfully, India has more educated um, politicians than we had back in our times. Thankfully, because
Yes.
I think it's for a better world ahead. It's for a better India ahead, and BJP obviously is doing a fantastic job. So it was amazing talking to you about this whole thing. And if you want to give all हमारे मराठी मानुस को एक nice message, please, if you could go ahead and something that would encourage them, make them feel like you are there for them always.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here on this amazing
Pleasure.
chat show. And it's been quite, I mean, because I think whenever we discuss certain aspects, even we sort of do a lot of back thinking, because we are otherwise just continuously working on the ground. So these sort of interactions really help us also to sort of realign our goals, and just to make sure if we are also doing the best that we can in our field. So thank you so much for having me over, and it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you
Totally
so
pleasure.
much to for this. And in regards to the message, येणाऱ्या काळामध्ये जर आपल्याला भारत देशाला एक सक्षम पद्धतीने जर आपल्याला आपलं अर्थकारण स्ट्रॉंग करायचं असेल, आपल्याला परत एकदा येणाऱ्या काळामध्ये पंतप्रधान नरेंद्रजी मोदींना तिसऱ्यांदा संधी देऊन खूप मोठ्या फरकाने आपल्याला परत एकदा त्यांना पंतप्रधान करायचं आहे. आज युवकांचे जे प्रश्न आहेत, महिलांचे जे प्रश्न आहेत आणि शेतकरी बांधवांचे जे प्रश्न आहेत, ते एक चांगल्या पद्धतीने जर आज ते कुणी अड्रेस केले असतील तर ते आपले लाडके पंतप्रधान आहेत. आज भारत देशाची ओळख हे फक्त आपल्या पुरतीच मर्यादित न राहता आज एक देश पातळीवरती, एक आंतरराष्ट्रीय पातळीवरती एक वेगळी ओळख आज आपल्याला निर्माण झालेली दिसत आहे. आज G20 समिट सारखे असतील किंवा अजून वेगवेगळे जे स्कीम्स असतील, आज आता फ्री ट्रेड अग्रीमेंट पण आपली साईन झालेली आहे. या माध्यमातून एक आंतरराष्ट्रीय लेवलला सुद्धा एक वेगळ्या प्रकारची ओळख आज आपल्या भारत देशाची झालेली आहे. त्यामुळे परत एकदा एक आपल्याला चांगल्या पद्धतीचं अर्थकारण आपल्याला एस्टॅब्लिश करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला परत एकदा 2024ला नरेंद्र मोदीजींना पंतप्रधान करायचं आहे. धन्यवाद.